Hello, hello, hello. Let me bring this down so you're not seeing that. Okay. Excuse me. All right. I am putting the finishing touches on our agreement. As you guys know, we do not send out an agreement willy-nilly and, like the spray and pray method. I'm not going to wait, and just hope that they sign it. I'm going to walk through the agreement with them on the phone, 100%. So, and every time it seems like that I go against that and say, you know what, this guy's solid. It's fine. We got it. We'll send it out. He's going to sign it. Like, no problem. It ends up biting me in the butt, and something happens where it doesn't work. So, yeah, right. You got to make sure like agreement is ready to go, solid. There's no issues with it. Just got to fix a couple of these text fields so he can sign, date, all that. Oops. And then we can close. All right. I got to fix that. Get ready. If you have any questions, either on YouTube or on Instagram, a little short Q&A before I get into the agreement. Looks good. 200,000. We are getting them the price they want, actually. Hence the title in my YouTube channel, pin or thumbnail. We're overpaying, right? Cash offer would probably be about 150, 160. So it works. 24th. Oh, that's mid easy. 24th. Okay. Beautiful. All right. I just talked to him because I needed to get his email, and I wanted to confirm he was the only one because I was talking to his wife. So I just spoke with him, and I can call him back now. So here we go. Hey, Marilla. All right. I have an answer here. Are you and Robert together? Okay. Yeah, I want to make sure you guys are both available and can hear me. We're both you guys are both on the call. Is he going to be kind of tied up here for a sec before we give him a call back in about a half hour? Okay. All right, let's do that. Yeah, sounds good. Okay. Bye-bye. Okay. That's showbiz, babe. Darn. Well, any questions or anything while I figure out what else I'm going to do here? Because I got plenty of other things to do. In fact, I should probably have 1, 2, 3, 4. Golly. I have 4 people I need to get a hold of. So I got one in Austin, Texas. He's telling me, just texted me, 20,000 price is 20. That can't be right. I mean, does he mean 200,000? And then we just recently, guys, started getting lead Zolo leads. Highly recommended. If you guys have any questions about that, please put it in the chat, comments below, and we'll get you a link to it. But essentially, like, these are ad leads from YouTube videos in the markets that you want. You pay per lead as they come in, and you set your budget. It is awesome. These leads are pretty solid. That's actually who I was just calling. Was closing a lead Zolo lead. We've gotten 4, and I'm about to close one of them. So not bad at all. That being said, one just came in. So because I'm not going to have this closing call readily available, I'll be giving them a call back in a half hour. Should be plenty of time to do a step 1 call for this new lead and then get on. So you guys actually kind of get a 2-for-1 here. You can see the discovery call I'm about to make and a closing call for this lead I'm about to call right now. So give me one sec. I need to drop it in here. Okay, it's in Ohio. Name of the guy is Herman. Boom, boom. Just putting it into Forefront CRM. If you guys need a good CRM, Forefront is the way to go. And let me just back this up here. Okay. All right, you guys can kind of see how we run our discovery calls. Okay. Second here, I got to put his phone number in, and then we'll go. Okay. It's in Elyria, Ohio. Anybody familiar? Daryl asked what my conversion rate on lead Zolo has been so far. About 25%. Obviously I haven't actually closed the lead. I was about to. You guys are about to witness that, but we're getting them their number, and I'm confident that we can close. Because it's me. Just kidding. Just kidding. I'm not that good. By the way, guys, for those on YouTube, please follow me on Instagram. It's Brad Does Real Estate with underscores in between each one. So Brad _does_real_estate. Putting out content every day, just like I am on YouTube. All right. Brad Garcia with Lazarus Property Group regarding the property on Keys Drive. Herman responded to a ad. Hi, Herman. This is Brad Garcia with Lazarus Property Group. You submitted a response to one of our ads about being interested in selling your property on Keys Drive in Elyria, Ohio. I wanted to connect with you, discuss the sale, see if it makes sense and we are a good fit. Please give me a call back at your convenience. My phone number is 858-290-7525. Again, that's Brad Garcia, 858-290-7525. Thanks so much. All right, didn't answer. No big deal. Now what I'm going to do is put them in an automated follow-up sequence because that's why we have the CRM. Okay, and then just in case, I will set up a manual task as well. Do we have a call scheduled? The reason for that is if he doesn't respond to the first text that's going out tomorrow, I need to like manually follow up. These are hot leads, and I need to get on those. So don't want those to fall through the cracks. Okay, check this out, guys. By the way, this is really cool. We just closed on a Novation here in San Diego County. Chris closes your deal. Hopped on with him to discuss EMD prior to us getting the contract. That call actually turned into him becoming a private money lender for us. If you can believe it. This is crazy. And he is now bugging us to invest the money that he made on his sale in our deals. And we just haven't had any time to hop on with him, but he's like, anytime today or tomorrow and Thursday. And then he's again talking to me. He's texting me. It's like, let's get on a call. So schedule that call with him real quick. But just a little bit of inside baseball, guys. Talked up to your sellers about investing capital that they make from the sale into your deals. It happens. All right. Tomorrow, okay. All right, now just excuse me, just give you guys an update. Looking through, because I have about 20 minutes to that closing call. Unfortunately, when I called, they were not available. And so now I just need to make another call. All right. Let's take a look here. So this is a property in Haines City, Florida. They tried to sell it on market. I should say for sale by owner. 1974 mobile home. In a park. Tried to sell it for 80 and 78 and 75. I don't know. Why not? Hey, Michael. Hey, how's it going? This is Brad Garcia with Lazarus Property Group. How are you? Well, no, I texted you yesterday about wanting to sell your properties. Sure. Okay. That was weird. He texted me back. Said, sure. On to the next one. And in fact, that is not going out. I'm just resuming a 90-day follow-up sequence. So he's not interested right now, but doesn't mean he won't be in a couple months. Time changes circumstance. Okay. Okay, here's a property in Spartanburg, North Carolina. Actually, who did because they wanted to sell this property. It's looking like we're not going to be able to again. It's funny as he won't answer at like 10 p.m. Hey guys, if you haven't already, go like my last post. Okay, trying to grow the channel. Page, Instagram. Oh man, Bill, you. All right. Well, he's still in the middle of a text automation, so. What is that? What do I have? Oh, that's not my appointment. All right, got a property out in Austin, Texas, coming from a JV partner. Let me just check here and see who's on title because the guy's acting a little sketchy. The seller, supposedly. Let's just see who's on title. We use Property Radar to check, and it is owned by an LLC jointly with a guy who is not the guy that is. This is not. All right, not really. Sometimes you got to play detective. See, I just knew it. My spidey senses were tingling. Okay, not going to really waste time on that. I'm just going to text him because he gave me a price. It sounds good. Just need more info about the property. See if that makes sense. When is a good time to hop on a quick? And we're moving on. Oh no, this one is in Indiana, Whitestown, Indiana. Okay, it's got renters. Okay, he's got renters at a month to month. All right, month to month is okay. We can give a vacate to notice a vacate for month to month tenants. So not a big deal. Let's just. At least one. Sour patches. Okay, Dan. Can't really get texting. Has anybody closed a deal over text strictly? I know it's happening. I've heard of guys that are using AI. Uh, some of the newer programs that have closed deal strictly over their AI texting. It's crazy. Okay. Well, texting him. Sorry, guys. We got about 10 minutes or so. I'm going to be calling the that closing call. So if you want to stick with me for another 10 minutes, get through these calls, I will be on that closing call. Okay, month tenants are fine if we do decide to purchase and give a notice to vacate. Long-term lease is a time today or tomorrow works. You do not want to. Moving on. What I like to do is like a catch-all to have a safety net is if I know that they're kind of flaky or that they're non-responsive, I'm going to manually text them what I want to say, and then we have preset automations that allow me to just kind of set it and forget it. So I'll send the text out, and then I know tomorrow if he has not responded, he'll automatically get another text from the CRM. Man, I am just chugging along here. This is great. Let me get rid of that. Boom, boom. Oh, wow. My inbox in my CRM is almost clear finally on Thursday. This is crazy. I mean, it's a good problem to have, but man. All right. So tomorrow on 10 a.m. What? I'm sorry, sir, but 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time is not going to work for me. I think I'm like about to get up and leave out of bed at 7 a.m. Yeah, dude, I nailed it. We've had a couple. I don't know if you guys ever have, but we've had a couple scammers that have acted like they were the owner, and then requested like a ridiculously low price. Which number one is a red flag because most owners are not going to do that. And then when we start to move forward with the paperwork, they send a picture of the ID of the actual owner. How they get that, I have no idea. But after they do that, after they've like built credibility, they'll ask for money out of escrow, outside of escrow, as a deposit to hold our spot to buy it. And then when the conversation stops and goes nowhere once they realize nothing is done outside of escrow. So I'm getting these vibes from this guy. Okay. A lot of follow-ups happening. A lot of automated follow-ups responses coming in from people who are not interested before. Okay, putting him on an automated response. You guys don't know how good this feels to be able to clear this up. So, oh, you know what? You know what? This will be good. There we go. There's a step 2 call from the lead Zolo. Oh, I already tried. Okay. Almost there, guys. Couple minutes, like 3 or 4 minutes, and I'm going to call the closing call back. Just a few other calls I need to make. In the meantime, I was not expecting. I had talked to them like 4 minutes before I on a phone call when I got in front of them. So. Hey, Susan. Haven't been able to get in touch with you since we last spoke. Are you not interested in selling? So forth, you know? I'm gonna put you on game, guys. If you can find and talk to the owners of mobile home parks, a lot of them have park-owned mobiles that they want to get rid of. A lot of times they'll do it on seller financing or at really low values, which would allow you guys to be able to put some money down and then seller finance it, leaving money in the deal. But yeah, park-owned mobile home, manufactured homes. I just happened to stumble across a seller who also owned a mobile home park. I just talked to a buddy of mine who does this, and so I was like, it was fresh in my mind. I asked her about it. She said she had 2 park-owned mobiles that she wanted to get rid of. They were in great shape, but she'd sell to me for like 50 grand. And I know for a fact in San Diego County, anything in that 50 to 75K range is money. Like you can make a ton of money. It doesn't really matter as long as it's not like a 1940 build or something. That 50K spot is a money spot. So anyways, okay. All right, let's get to it, guys. I'm going to give them a call and do this close. Hello? Hey, Robert. Hey, how are you? How you doing, sir? Enjoying your day off, I hope. Yeah, that's good. Well, yeah, I talked to the underwriting team and had a couple of things I wanted to go over with you regarding your property on Danube Way. Are you and your wife both available for the next couple of minutes to kind of go over what we came up with? Okay, awesome. Morella, you can hear me? Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, guys. All right. So just to summarize everything we've kind of gone over already, make sure we're on the same page. You guys are looking to sell next 60 days, kind of make it easy. moving to Texas, start your retirement. You guys would need about 60 days or so to get everything you needed packed and settled. And you guys were looking for about that $200,000 mark. That sound about right? Everything so far? Okay. What do you are are you opposed to finding a new apartment to move into when you get there, or are you guys pretty set on that apartment that's not going to be ready until December? Okay, gotcha. So where does that leave us, guys? You guys would need a little longer to close. Okay. How much longer do you think? Right? Yeah. Uh-huh. Okay. Gotcha. Okay. I hear. So basically, what you guys would need then is let me look here at my calendar. So we need to go through August to the end of September is 1, 2, 3. Okay, so about 3.5 months. So about 90, maybe 100 days or so to close. Okay. Gotcha. All right. Well, I guess I mean my question would then be I'm not 100% sure if I can, but if I'm able to get them to approve that far out, are you guys okay with moving forward with that today? Yeah, yeah. So you guys need a place to go. So yeah, no, understood. So if we set the closing out, to the, say the 1st of December, however long that is, that's all you guys need. And then if you guys do find somewhere before then, you guys wouldn't have a problem closing sooner. Okay, give me a minute. Okay, stay on the line here. I should have an answer for that here in a minute or two. Give me 1 sec. Okay. All right. All right. Can you guys hear me? Okay. Man, how many days is that? Is December 1st from now. 99 days. That's crazy. Okay. Dang, 100 days. I was right. All right. Just eyeballing it. All right. Well, I'm just going to just get it locked up. I mean, 100 day close. Okay. That's fine. I mean, it's better than not getting it locked up now and having to. 100. Okay. Bingo. And 100. Just for context, guys, I'm setting the close and the inspection at 100 days. We got full approval. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that'll work. All right. Hey, Robert. Okay. All right. You guys owe me dinner or something, okay? No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Yeah. So that's essentially 100 days from now, December 1st. And so, yeah, I was able to get approval for that. What I wanted to go over with you was the final terms that we had come up with, because obviously we really want to make this work. And so, after taking a look at everything and taking your situation into consideration, to be honest, it looks like a cash offer from us is not likely going to be the best fit for a win-win situation. So there's a price that they'd be willing to buy the property at, but it's quite a bit lower than where you were hoping to be. They would need to be at right around 150,000. And I know that's probably not going to work for you guys. Hey, yeah, like we talked about yesterday, Marilla, they want to put, it's 3,000 square feet. They want to put brand new stuff basically in everything. And it just really comes down to the amount of renovation they would want to do. But that being said, once I realized what cash offer, they were going to be coming in at, I knew that wasn't going to work for you guys. So I actually pushed your file over to get approved for another program. And I've got some really good news. So I was telling you that we were a creative real estate investment company. I think I mentioned that to you, Morella, yesterday. And we have a new program, that I was hoping to get you approved for. It's called the concierge service. And I didn't mention it really because they are so selective on what properties they approve, just because it's really labor and resource intensive for us. And only a small percentage of properties that come across our desk are approved for it. So I was really excited because I was able to get approval for your property. So this is how it would work. You guys tracking? Okay, perfect. So this is how it worked. So from doing so many transactions in Indiana and really nationwide, we have developed a robust network of realtors and other investors, retail and institutional buyers that we work with. A certain percentage of the properties that come across our desk, like I said, they don't fit our criteria, but they'd be a great fit for another investor that just has a different business model than us, or even somebody who's going to plan on living there. Yeah, a lot of these investors are really good at fix and flipping properties and being landlords, but they are not great at sourcing properties and don't enjoy the sales and marketing involved because it's just so expensive and time consuming to find them. So yeah, so the way it work is we'd agree to a net price with you. We would pay all of the closing costs. You guys wouldn't have to do anything else to the property, wouldn't have to fix anything. And if there was anything that would, be required to or be requested to be fixed by the buyer before we close, we would take care of all of that. And then we would just resell our contract to a third party and earn our fee from the buyer. So essentially the experience that you guys are going on and the net result is the same as a cash offer. And just to be clear, we aren't representing you as a realtor. We would just be reselling our contract, which, I know most people don't really care how we make money as long as they get every penny that they're promised. So we would earn our fee from the buyer. We'd handle all of the heavy lifting, and you can sit back and collect a check. So you guys are getting the speed and convenience of a cash offer, but we can get you a much higher price than what other investors would be able to pay. Does that make sense? Yes. Yeah, that's a great question. So I was actually able to get you full approval for every penny of $200,000. So are you able to pull your email up right now? Okay. All right. I'm going to send you over an email right now. Let me know when you get it, and we'll walk through this together. All right. It'll be coming from the email address is solutions@lasprop.com. And it should have your address in the subject line. You guys see that in there yet? You guys in there yet? Okay, gotcha. So you can see the first page there. It says as is contract for sale and purchase. Okay. All right. Beautiful. Okay, great. Well, just make sure you'll see in the top there your name, and then kind of in the middle under property description, you'll see the address. Can you just make sure everything's spelled correctly? Does everything look right there? Okay. Okay, great. Well, we'll get right into it. I'm just going to go line by line with you guys. If you have any questions, feel free to stop me and ask, just so there is no confusion and everything's clear on the front end for you guys. Okay. All right. So section 1 here is the most important part. Obviously, this is your purchase price. This is the net price to you. This is what you will walk away with every penny of $200,000. Under that, you'll see funds to be held in escrow. That's legal consideration to make this contract. And so the balance, yes. So I'm sorry, say that one more time. We pay you. So yeah, just to be clear. So we pay you guys $200,000. That's obviously, if you have a mortgage, you've got taxes, any liens or other loans, you guys would be responsible for that. But our price to you is a net of 200,000. Does that make sense? Okay. Okay, perfect. All right, awesome. Section 2, there's escrow. We do everything through a legitimate title and escrow company. We use world-class title. Section 3 is about closing. So like I said, I was able to get the extension to 100 calendar days on or before. So if you guys do find a place that's suitable for you guys to live in prior to December 1st, then we can close sooner. But at this point right now, our target day is December 1st. Okay. You guys tracking there? Okay, awesome. And then obviously, if the property's not vacant, we may be able to extend until the seller delivers possession. And any personal property located on the property after closing becomes the property of the buyer. So just make sure you guys take everything that you guys want with you. Okay. Section 4 is condition. So this is pretty easy. The property is being sold as is, with all defects being at the sole risk of the buyer. Seller shall not be responsible for any repairs of any kind whatsoever. Seller does not warrant the condition of the property or the improvements thereon. We just ask that the seller maintain the property in its current condition until closing, except for normal wear and tear. So don't have any major parties or anything where you guys are going to blow out any walls or anything like that. Okay. Okay. Section 5 is closing costs. Again, this is pretty easy. Buyer shall pay all closing costs. There are a couple of examples there, but this is not the full list. This is including but not limited to title search, inspection, survey, etc. Okay. Section 6, inspections, maintenance, and access. So we'll have up until the close date to do our inspections, to walk buyers through and make sure, it's suitable for a buyer. And that kind of goes in line with Section 7 there, access. You guys will own the property until closing. So risk of loss shall remain with the seller until closing. But we do ask that we have reasonable access to the property to walk any buyers through, any inspectors, contractors, appraisers, or, prospective partners or clients. Okay. All right. Section 8 is title evidence and insurance. So we will obtain a title commitment and owner's policy. Now, buyer shall notify seller of any title defects. So I'll just pause right here real quick. Are you aware of any title issues at the moment? Okay, perfect. I would be surprised if there was. It's very rare. And that's really the only thing that could potentially blow this, deal up. But it is very rare. So if in the very rare and off chance that there was a title issue, we would notify you as soon as we found out. This just says that the closing could be delayed for up to 30 days to clear title. If it's not cleared, we can either terminate or, more than likely, just extend the agreement for the purposes of clearing the title. Either way, you guys would cooperate. Okay. All right. Section 9 is signability and novation. Okay. So these are essentially saying the same thing in different ways. An assignment is if our third-party buyer is bringing cash, and novation is if the third party is bringing a loan. Either way, this section allows us the right to assign the agreement to a third party purchaser or novate it with a replacement agreement with the third party purchaser. Either way, the seller shall cooperate in a buyer's request to transfer the title to the third party, provided that the buyer, that we would be responsible for any additional transfer taxes payable by you guys. So if you had any additional transfer taxes, we would be liable to pay those. Okay. All right. Appreciate you guys' patience. We're almost done. Okay. Disclosure. So buyer's a private investment company that purchases real estate to make a profit and may be purchasing the property for immediate resale. That's pretty straightforward. Seller consents to buyer marketing buyer's contract rights in any manner buyer deems appropriate, including marketing on the multiple listing services. If the property includes pre-1978 residential housing, a lead-based paint disclosure shall be executed. You guys represent it's not subject to a lease, and you will deliver possession at closing. So pretty standard stuff. 11's about attorney's fees and costs. Basically, if we ever had to go to court, the prevailing party would be owed attorney's costs by the non-prevailing party. And luckily, we've never had to take a seller to court, nor will we ever, we've never had to, and we probably never will. So Section 12, miscellaneous provisions. This agreement contains the full and complete understanding of agreements by buyer and seller. So this is it, guys. This is our full agreement. There is no extra like hidden fees or, this is it. No modification or what's that? I'm sorry. Well, we would receive a fee from the buyer, and that's up for negotiation. I have no idea. In fact, if you go down, you'll see you guys aren't paying anything. So I just want to be clear: you guys don't pay any fees at all. You at this point. Oh, yes. Yeah, that's a great question. So for a cash deal, we would have to be at 150. That's what the underwriters came up to. So it will be cash to you guys. Absolutely. Yeah, you guys will have up $200,000 cash. As far as you guys are concerned, it's cash in your pocket, $200,000. So whatever we do to make that, I'm sorry. Right. Well, the difference is that we aren't the buyers at 200, but we would be at 150. So in this scenario, there are other investors, there are bigger investors and hedge funds, other people that are looking for deals that have a lot more money than us and that are looking for and will overpay for properties to be able to hold on to them, renovate them, and rent them out. And so we have a massive network of those buyers that are looking for these types of properties that would be willing to buy it at 200, but we are not. And so we can effectively get you $200,000 in your pocket net to you without you having to lift a finger. Correct. And then whatever we, negotiate with that buyer, that's kind of up to the project managers and people, not me. But whatever that is, we would just be entitled to the difference, less any costs, fees, commissions, anything that it would take to get it paid, or I should say to get it sold, we would pay. So you guys don't have to pay anything. You don't have to lift a finger. It's really like a white glove service to you to be able to like sit back and just say, yeah, yeah, exactly. Exactly. So that allows us to promise you guys a higher payment. That's it. And the fact that you guys were approved tells me that they are confident that we can get you $200,000 because really like one out of every 30 to 40 properties gets approved. There's not very many. Okay. So we'll sign today, but you guys are still the owners of the property until closing. You can be in the property until closing. At this point, all we're going to do is finish the paperwork, um, but nothing happens until December 1st. In terms of the property transferring ownership. Well, the signing for today starts the closing process. It allows us to do what we need to do to find a buyer, so that we can have you guys moved and out by December 1st with money in your pocket to be able to go move to Texas. Is it, well, I'm sorry, I missed that last part. I'm having a kind of trouble hearing you. What was the question? Yeah, yeah. Yeah, totally. I mean, that's understandable. There aren't a lot of investors that are able to do what we do. Um, and we're kind of like right in the middle, so we have ability to market, in multiple places so that we can get the property sold quickly on your timeline for top dollar and get you guys the most money. That's why if we were like another, like one of those other investors that you had talked about that bought a property, like, with your sister or your brother, we would have the only thing that we would have available is to say, well, we would need to come in at $150,000 cash, or we can't do a deal at all and we'd have to part ways. So it doesn't surprise me that you haven't heard about it because there aren't a lot of people that can do that effectively. You have an offer already at 133? Yeah, right. Exactly. Exactly. So you guys told me that you would be happy with and are were looking for at least 200. You guys, you guys saw where our cash offer would be. That doesn't work for you. And I was able to get you approval for a pretty exclusive program that we've, it's kind of new that they've been doing for the last couple of months very successfully. And we're now able to get you 50,000 more in your pocket. I guess you said you need a little more time to decide if it's the best for you, but sure, sure. Let me ask you this though, because typically what I've seen is most people don't need more time; they need more information to make a better decision. Would you agree? Well, I said most people don't need more time; they need more information to make a better decision. And so, you've got me on the phone right now. I know everything that there basically is to know about the agreement and the process. And so, what questions do you have for me to get you more information to make a better decision? Yep. Got it. So it's not about whether or not it's not about understanding it because it sounds like you understand it pretty well. Now you're talking about whether or not 200,000 is worth it for you. Is that what I'm hearing? Is that okay? Yeah. Well, I mean, what else is there besides the timeline that we were able to get approved for you, about 100 days? Not many investors are going to wait that long. We're getting you a higher price than other investors would be able to pay because you've already seen you got offers in the 130. That's not going to work. Our cash offer is 150. That's not going to work. And so this program would allow you guys to sit back, not lift a finger, have the net results of a cash offer and walk away with $50,000 more in your pocket, allowing us to just do the work that needs to be done to market it to our buyers on the timeline that you need out to December 1st. So I mean, help me understand what else it is that you guys are needing from us to understand and feel comfortable in moving forward. You want to look it up? Well, and we aren't even, we're, there was a couple more documents. If you guys can see, we were on the last page of the first one. So I haven't been able to get through the full document yet. Can we finish going through the document first? And then, if you have more questions, you can ask. Is that, sorry, I'm having a hard time understanding you guys. Sounds like you guys are kind of far away from the phone. Is that okay? Sure. And that's okay. That's okay. Our policy is that I just go through the full paperwork just so, you can at least hear from the horse's mouth exactly what it is. Um, Sure. Oh, of course. I'm not asking you to sign it right now. I just wanted to walk you through the rest of it just so because here's the thing, I hear that all the time, you know, and that's fine. I know you guys don't, don't necessarily don't know me from a can of paint, not necessarily trust me like you would trust your sister. Um, but I would say if your sister isn't a real estate attorney or if she hasn't done this type of transaction, what information do you think you'll be able to get from your sister who hasn't done these types of transactions and hasn't ever seen this paperwork that you can't get from me who does this on a daily basis? Sure. Of course, yeah, and again, I wanna be clear, I'm not saying we need to move forward with anything, I was just hoping to be able to explain the rest of the documents because there are 2 more, that we weren't able to go through. We don't have to move forward today, but your sister is going to ask questions that I want you guys to be prepared for and have the answer for, I would imagine. She's gonna wanna say, like, in the second document here, if you guys can see, if you wanna scroll down, it says the authorization to sign listing docs and offers. She's gonna say, "Well, why do they need an authorization to sign listing docs and offers?" Right? In which case, you would now be prepared to say, "Well, part of the marketing strategy that we have and what is mentioned in one of the sections above is that in some cases, we do put this on the MLS so that we can get the most eyes on it. And so this allows us to put that on the MLS. And then the last document, if you'll just scroll down, is the novation and indemnification agreement. Okay. Most real estate investors don't even know what that jargon means because it is pretty specific and niche. So I'd be very surprised if she understood what that meant. But essentially, what you can tell her, the very baseline, if you look at section 9 of the first document, it states assignment and novation. We talked about novation being if a third party purchaser was bringing a loan. What this agreement does is allows us to replace the cash agreement with a loan contingent agreement. Either way, it doesn't affect you guys in the least, doesn't affect you one bit. Either way, you guys still walk away with $200,000 in your pocket. That's basically it. Yeah, I just wanted you guys to be prepared if you guys were going because what happens a lot of times is people want to take this to an attorney, which I don't care who you take it to. Honestly, if you want to take it to an attorney, great. If you want to take it to your sister, great. Not a problem. I've had hundreds of attorneys read this over. There's nothing wrong with it or you know um, weird with it. It's a pretty straightforward contract, but the lay person, even if they have done a cash transaction with an investor before, is just not going to understand a lot of this stuff. So I want you guys to understand it so that you can explain it to her. Okay. So before I let you go, because I know you guys want to talk to her, which is totally fine. Do you have any other questions for me or anything else I can, clear up for you before I let you get going? Sure. Yeah, of course. Tomorrow evening. What is there a specific time that would work best for you? Just because I want to make sure I carve out some time on my calendar for you. I do actually in the my morning, which is like midday for you. So from 12 to about what is that? 12 to 2, I should be available. Okay, so okay, great. So Saturday at 12. Yeah, that sounds great. I'll reach out to you guys Saturday at 12. And just so you know, you can call or text this number if you guys have any questions or need something answered that your maybe your sister asked and you guys don't have an answer for. Yeah, the 858 number I'm talking to you on right now is totally fine. Okay. Yeah, of course. And then just so, just so you guys are aware too, if you do feel comfortable enough to move forward, we can still have our call on Saturday, but you are able to sign the agreement and move forward without speaking to me first. It gives you the ability right there in the document I sent you. No, 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 not at all, not at all. I'm going to call you no matter what on Saturday at 12. Um, what I was saying was if you didn't have any more questions and you felt comfortable prior to Saturday at 12, you're able to digitally sign the agreement that I sent you right there on the computer. No matter what, I'm going to give you a call on Saturday at 12, no matter what. Okay. All right. Yeah, Morella, Robert, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate your patience and let me walk you through all that. And look forward to working with you. We'll talk to you Saturday. All right. Thank you. Bye bye. All right. Feedback, guys. Questions, comments, concerns. Would you have done anything differently? I was not able to get them to sign right there. Um, I've been noticing that typically I get them signed like a day or two later. I'd say it's probably like 65, 45, 35. 65% of the time, I'm getting them signed a day or two later after I've walked them through. They want to like, so I wonder if I'm just like going too fast or I need to do something in the walkthrough. Anyways, here we go. You guys want to hear? This lady's a firecracker. Let me set this appointment real quick for Saturday. Luckily, we do Power Hour. If you're in San Diego, you want to come out to Power Hour. It's going to be at Cal Home Co. on Marina Boulevard here in San Diego, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. every Saturday. 9 a.m. Okay. This lady is a firecracker. This one's going to be it's going to be a spicy call. I already know. Already know. She's not going to like what I have to say. Ugh. You got to anchor. Got to anchor. Hey, Kim. Oh, Can you hear me? There we are. How are you? I'm doing well. I'm doing well. Are you? You got a couple minutes to chat? Okay. Okay. Perfect. Perfect. Yeah, this is about Hammock Glen. This is Brad. Just to make sure you're aware. So I spoke to the underwriting team a little while ago. I apologize. I've been trying to get a hold of you. I just been getting these calls constantly, so I haven't been able to get away from the phone. But I wanted to go over a couple things with you real quick because anytime they get a file passed over, they're going to do a preliminary and then send it back. And so, I just wanted to briefly go over some of the information that they brought to my attention. Um, and then just real quickly, I want to summarize. So you were planning on staying in the house for 5 years. It's been closer to 10. Um, the reason why you're selling is you're going to live with your mom. You're getting a kidney transplant. She's going to be able to take you, to back and forth from any appointments. And you want and it's a smaller single story. Exactly. Yes. Okay. Got that right. Looking to have everything done, somewhere around the end of September. So about 45 days or ish from now. Uh, all still accurate. Okay, beautiful. All right. So, yeah, they've taken a quick look in the area, and just brought a couple things to my attention. Obviously, they're going to look at other properties, what they've sold for that are comparable. I did mention that you talked about a lot being backing up to a golf, um, one of the golf holes on the golf course. It's actually pulled a couple that are in your neighborhood with the same size lot, same square footage, that are all backing up to uh, the holes, the golf course. And so, just wanted to give you an idea here of a couple. So the first one was on Cologne. All right, these are all on market sales. So just keep in mind, retail sales. They took retail work. They needed to do open houses and showings and have a realtor and yada yada, all that stuff, right? Um, so this one just sold. This was a 2.5, about 2,400 square feet. Again, this one is in your neighborhood and sold for 285 in great condition. Okay, so on market, you're looking to walk away with somewhere around 255 to 260 is what they netted in pocket. All right. Next one is on Seamus Drive. This one's a little smaller. Sold a little earlier in the year when the interest rates were a little better. This one sold on for 275. But again, great condition, retail sale. And then the last one, this one on the course. Now this one's a little smaller, to 2.5, and about 2,200 square feet. That sold for 245,000. Yeah. Well, and here's the thing. Real estate is based on what other real estate is sold for. That's what the value is set. Don't set the value. The value is set by the market. The market, the market is based on what people are willing to pay it for. So it's like, have you ever sold anything on eBay? Right. So you understand, like eBay, obviously you've heard of it. It's an auction site. If I've got a really rare, baseball card, let's say, and I want to sell it for $10 million, well, I could certainly put it up on eBay and put it out to auction for $10 million. But if it's not worth that, it's not going to sell for that. And if nobody's willing to pay that, then it doesn't get sold. Same thing with real estate. Real estate's a big auction. So um, with that, that's kind of the state of the market within your neighborhood. Um, Like I said, these people at most walked away with like 260,000, and as little as 260. Yeah, walked away with about 260, as low as about 220. So that's the yeah, that's the range that they're walking away with, uh, net in their pocket. So that's the retail range, right? So retail work, realtors, open houses, listings. So um, I'm just curious too. I was going to ask you yesterday, I forgot. Is there any reason that you wouldn't just list it? Gotcha. Okay. Gotcha. So you want it more of like a quick and convenient sale? Gotcha. So you want to kind of fly under the radar. You want it quick and convenient. Am I hearing that right? Okay, gotcha. Well, just like anything, right, right. And that's kind of what I'm getting at. It's like you have two options. You can either give up speed and convenience to get the number that you want, and that's going to involve retail work, or you can give up a little bit on your price and get a quick and convenient offer price. Yeah. Well, like I said, the range of retail on market net to seller prices is 220 to 260. So knowing that, the cash convenient quick as is sale is most likely going to be under that range. Well, I don't have a solid number just yet, but I mean, hypothetically, it would most likely be under the 220 to 260 range. Well, then what I could do, Kim, if you're interested, is I mean, either way, I'll take a look, right? But I'm going to push it over. Let them know about our conversation. I'm not the numbers guy. I want to make sure like I don't misrepresent us and like, you know, I'm not 100% sure, but I mean hypothetically, if they were somehow able to get an offer approved in like the 235 to 250, well, in that case, would you like a reference to a good realtor? That's probably going to be your yeah. Oh, well, yeah, that's an awesome deal. I would say that's probably going to be your best bet. Yeah. That actually might even be better than listing it for 310. That's retail money right there for the cash as is sale. So any reason you didn't take that the minute that came in? Oh, okay. Was it an open door or a large iBuyer? Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. Well, they don't actually list it for you. They'll just tell you a high number. Yeah. Was that? Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, I would take 289 and run for the hills. Oh, 229. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. The one thing that I would be aware of is that if they had a low, here's what I would say, just because we're not going to be a good fit. So I'll just give you some friendly advice, Kim. in the contract that you get sent from them, if you are going to move forward at that, just be aware of three things. Okay. The inspection period, make sure that that is a very, very quick, within a couple days. Make sure that their earnest money deposit is non-refundable, and make sure that there is no assignment available. A lot of times what will happen is you'll get these guys who promise you the world, and then what they're going to do is they act and masquerade as if they're the buyer, and then they go and try to shop your contract out. They're called wholesalers. Yeah, yeah. So I would just be aware of that, because you obviously don't want to have your time wasted. I've seen it happen time and time again. A lot of wholesalers just are, brand new. They don't know what they're doing, and they end up just wasting your time, really, and just giving you a big headache. So make sure your inspection period's like 1 or 2 days. Make sure your earnest money is a couple $1,000s non-refundable, and make sure there is no assignment clause whatsoever. If they're willing to do that, then they're a real buyer and they'll move forward. Otherwise, just keep me updated. I'd love to just make sure you're taken care of. Like I mentioned on the first call, either way, I want to get you pointed in the right direction. So, yeah, just let me know. Yeah, that sounds good. All right. Thanks, Kim. Yeah, appreciate it. You have a good one. Bye-bye. Yeah, she's just stuck on a number. I told you guys, she's not. That's 275 is outrageous. She could probably list for 275, not 310. So she got somebody at 282. They either don't know what they're doing, or they're like an open door hot pads, or whatever the other one is, I forget. And they're going to wait till like 3 days before close and then send her an invoice for like, she's right, like 5 or 6% of the sale cost or sale price. Okay. All right. I've been live for like an hour and a half, guys. So I do have other calls to make. Whoops. Do have other calls I'm going to make. I really appreciate you guys hopping on. If you guys want a JV and partner with us, the link's in the description in the YouTube, Instagram. For whatever reason, Instagram killed my link tree. So you got to DM me, and I'll send you the link tree link. And other than that, we got the mastermind, we got our curriculums, we got our new investor toolkit, all valuable stuff. Let me know, guys. We'll see you on the next one.